On with Mario Lopez.
What's up, y'all? Mario Lopez joining me in the studio right now. Trinity Rose. How are you, Trinity?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for coming here. Where are you from originally?
I'm actually from like a billion different places around the United States. I was born in Boston, though, Massachusetts. I've lived in Florida, Colorado, California, New York. Yeah.
Wow. Why so much moving around?
My dad would move around with his job all the time, so we'd go from state to state. He's in advertising, so...
Got it.
Yeah.
Was that tough on you growing up?
As I got older, it definitely got tougher because it's harder to click with people when they're already in their concrete groups, but for the most part, I was pretty much okay.
Yeah, I imagine it helps you develop some thick skin,
Definitely.
and you're able to kind of adapt to different situations,
Yeah.
which is cool. Where do you call home now? LA?
Definitely, yeah. California is where I consider my home state.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 17.
17. Did you finish high school out here or no?
I'm still in my senior year of high school, so I'm in public school.
So you're in public school, but online, I assume.
Yes,
With everything.
right now.
Yeah.
Totally. They're trying to figure out like hybrid and stuff, but it's going to be online.
Oh, so that's, I didn't even think about, if this was your senior year during this time, you don't get to go to homecoming or any kind of grad night or anything. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's overrated, by the way.
Oh, definitely. I know.
Prom, all that's overrated. All that's
I went to basically every dance I could before then because I felt like I wouldn't want to do it when I was a senior. And I was right.
It worked out.
Exactly.
It all worked out. So your voice, very soulful, rich. There's a pop vibe to it. Would you describe as more R&B, indie? How would you describe yourself?
I mean, it kind of falls under all that. I don't like staying in one genre, but I think what I really love is like indie R&B music. I listen to a lot of that. I try to listen to as many artists as I can and see what like they have in their music so I can put it in mine. I just love other artists.
Who's influencing you right now?
I think people like Daisy. I don't know if you know this band, but they're like these jazz bands like they're more
jazz.
like modern jazz stuff.
Oh, that's
and
hot.
like Sammy Ray, Daisy, those kind of bands with like incredible singers, but with this more pop, newer sound behind it. I've been really into recently.
I'm kind of digging that. Okay. Do you write music as well? Do you like to write your own?
Yeah, I do a lot can co-writing,
Okay.
the works. Yeah.
Nice. Well, you recently released your single Morning Text. Those are always fun to get. Can you share what it's about? And
so there was basically this guy I was talking to, and I thought he was into me, and I didn't know whether or not I was into him, so I kept like essentially leading him on and just being like, oh, I want to talk to you. I like validation because I'm like a teenager, and you know, and I'd get like texts from him. Like I'd never get like good morning texts. Like those are incredible. Like just to wake up and see that. So it was kind of about that.
yeah, those are really nice to see. So you didn't know if you were into them. I thought girls pretty much knew like within the first few seconds if they're into somebody.
It depends on the girl. I've got friends that are like, oh, they look at him once and they're like, nope, that's not going to work. Or they're completely in love with him.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes a guy needs a break, right? And he can win you over.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
I have actually experienced things where I just have to really get to know the guy before actually being with them. That's just how I...
That's a smart approach. I would suggest that. Nice, wise approach there. So you were 13 when you were on season 12 of The Voice. That's pretty young. Was it was it intimidating being so young and on that? And was it a weird experience? Fun still?
It was definitely an interesting experience because being a 13-year-old in that huge setting was very, I don't know, it was kind of like a culture shock because I'd only been doing like gigs around my town and all that stuff.
Sure.
Singing as much as I could, but just suddenly being transferred to that huge scale was definitely very educational, actually.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the things that really set me off for wanting to do this professionally.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you made it even onto the show, which is a pretty impressive feat in and of itself. How was it to work with Aiden Gallagher from the Umbrella Academy?
I was friends with him before we started writing together. We were talking over Instagram and turned out we both love music, even though he was primarily an actor. And basically I started writing this song and I would send it over to him. He'd start writing and like we'd go on Skype and everything. And then suddenly it was a finished song. I went over to Los Angeles and recorded it. And then we were 14 and then He released
14.
it when I was 16. My
Yeah.
voice had changed completely, and I was like, oh my God, hopefully no one notices. No one noticed. It's fine. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's got to be difficult, I guess, when your voice is changing. Yeah, to kind of work through that. That song's "Miss You" too, right? That's the name of the
Yes.
song. Very cool. And have you always been like a natural singer? Have you trained for it at all, or with teachers and what have you?
I think I started out without training, but as soon as my mom discovered that I really liked singing, I sang at my piano recital, which was an
You play
insane thing
piano?
to do. I used to play piano a lot. I just know the basics now, but I started with like a very casual vocal coach, and then we kind of worked up from there as I started doing musical theater stuff. So it kind of was very progressive, and I'm glad it wasn't all at once.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. And you got brothers and sisters, or?
Yes, I've got a younger brother and an older sister.
Oh, so you're the middle child.
Yes.
Do they sing as well?
My sister actually writes. We used to write together when we were younger, and she goes to college now for writing, and she still sends me songs, and I write melodies to them, but we don't really share them as often anymore.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. The brother, no?
No, he's into gaming. Like, he's swimming, gaming, that's it. That's everything he's got right now at 15. He's almost 15, actually. He's 15 next month.
Next month. Okay, swimming and gaming. That's not a bad little combo right there. And you're one to give back because you volunteer your time to some pretty cool causes, which is nice. You do some stuff with some inner city youth, or what do you do in that space?
Oh, yeah. I try to do as much charity stuff as possible. Because, I mean, when you're, like, trying to get your name out there, you meet a lot of people, and they're like, oh, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? And, of course. And, like, I met this girl, Grace Rose, and she does stuff for cystic fibrosis. She raises money for a cure through her clothing line, and she makes clothes, and she donates a proceeding to the cure.
Nice.
And we've worked together for, like, years. And for the inner city youth, actually, I used to go to this camp with my best friend, Evelyn. And she had this church that she went to in Compton. And the camp didn't make enough money to go to camp that year. And for at least all the kids there. So we raised $5,000.
Oh, wow.
To have everyone go. So
Good for you. So ultimately, what is it that you want to do?
I want to, no matter what it is, I just want to be in music. Like, I'm going through college applications right now, and I'm super confused. Like, everything I'm applying for is for a different thing, but it all has to do with music.
Is it like musical theater, or what are some of the things in that area? So there's musical theater, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing a lot of musical theater anymore. It just more inspired me to sing in front of people in the first place. But more like music business,
okay.
performance. Like,
Nice.
I would love to be a recording artist, and that's what I've been trying to do now. Songwriting is also a huge thing that I just adore.
Nice. And is Trinity a stage name?
No, it's my real name.
That's your real name?
Yeah, Trinity Rose, middle name as well for Rose.
Oh, so that's your real name?
Yep.
All right, Trinity Rose, a real name, because I thought it was like a cool rock band, like from the 70s or something.
Yeah, no,
when I
you
first heard-
think I've heard that like a million times where it's like, they named you that?
For 17 years old. You have a boyfriend?
I do.
You do? Why you laugh? Is he funny?
He is funny. He's just, I just never talk about him. My parents like didn't know that he really was with me until like a month or two in.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is he musically inclined?
He plays piano, actually, yeah.
Look at that. Do you guys make music together? And I don't mean in the naughty sense. I mean in the actual...
God. No, he just like plays stuff on piano, and I just like listening to it, and then he listens to me play stuff on guitar. It's
Well, that's
just
very
fun.
romantic.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, good luck to you. And appreciate you joining us, and hopefully we'll be playing some of your stuff someday.
Yeah, thank you
Right
so
on.
much.
On with Mario Lopez.